Jim. Thank you, everyone. It's great to see so many faces. It's also great to be sandwiched between two art speakers. So I'm going to use a little bit of an opera term, leitmotif. So the leitmotif, if you're familiar with that, is really, it begins with you. It begins with you. So I want to thank Jim for inviting me. It's so great to see all the familiar faces. First, I want to do a shout out to my friend Katie out there for giving me the possibility of coming here to San Luis Obispo. As I saw the lineup this morning, these are all friends. These are all people that I know and that I love and I'm going to miss deeply. And so it's really hard to make the decision. And I've been fortunate to make so many meaningful connections during my experience as public service or in public service. One of the things I want to share is that really powerful things can happen when values align. For me, serving San Luis Obispo has been the opportunity to align my values and really self-actualize what I care about: housing, homelessness, a development in caring for one of the most incredible cities on the Central Coast. And that has happened because of really some exceptional partnerships. And I'm just going to name a few. They have been so important. And I think it's also important to point out that these relationships are really unique. Not every region service happens like this. Nothing happens like this in every single community once a month where people get together and break bread. And it's really special. So I just want to call out a few partners: the Chamber, Cal Poly, SLOMA, SLO Rep, the YMCA, HASLO, REACH, our friends at the school district, People's Self-Help Housing, Downtown SLO, and the FPAC. These are community organizations that have happened because of all of you. You have all nurtured and brought these things together, and it really shows what powerful things can happen when we work together. So let's talk a little bit about a couple of those things. What have we accomplished in the last 12 plus years? We adopted our land use and circulation element, which really resulted in unprecedented housing growth. We saw San Luis Ranch, Avila Ranch. We saw the birth of 2 hotels on former city parking lots. We saw the construction at Rigetti Ranch. We saw economic development programs that are now being copied throughout California and the United States, such as Eat Local Bonus and Buy Local Bonus. We saw some incredible partnership and management during COVID-19 and innovations and some things that stuck really well and really, I think, helped shape our community. We saw the city's first DEI strategic plan to really make sure we're being inclusive and welcoming to people here in San Luis Obispo. We saw some ups and downs. We saw a response to floods and fires. And I want to thank all of you for your collective grieving for the loss of Detective Pentetti. We saw the opening of the Homeless Service Center. We saw $30 million in grants. We saw a railroad safety project, bike improvements. We kicked off a 20-year project, the Cultural Arts Parking Structure. And with your support, we saw the passage of Measure G. We launched our first mobile crisis unit to help homeless individuals on the street. We bolstered our public safety assets in downtown with community service officers, our bike officers, and our community action team. And we're near completion with one of the biggest projects in the history of the city, the upgrade of the water resource recovery facility down on Prado. These achievements could not have happened without all of you and all of the support and the trust that you've given us to help drive innovation and tackle long-standing issues. We didn't always get it right, and we always acted with the best intention, and fortunately we had strong values to help guide us. So I want to ask the group here today, how many of you are Lakers fans out there? Go ahead and raise your hand. All right, we've got some Lakers fans out there. And so probably many of you know LeBron James, and he's widely recognized as one of the greatest players in the history of the sport. In fact, just this month, he was recognized as the NBA's all-time leading scorer with 40,474 points. He's often compared to Michael Jordan. He said, who is quoted as saying, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over again, but that's not how we remember Michael Jordan or how we think of LeBron James. So I'm not here to compare myself to LeBron James or Jordan. If you happen to see me dancing with Jim a couple weeks ago, you know I have 2 left feet, and I ride bikes for a particular reason, and I don't have any ball game. But what the point is about all of this is that these are 2 amazingly talented and hardworking athletes. They've known both ups and downs. And in fact, if you know LeBron James well, you know that he penned on his shoes, "Man in the Arena." It's taken from a famous speech from Teddy Roosevelt back in 1910 that he delivered at the Sorbonne in Paris. And it's something that he said that I think rings true today, and it's really calling for all of you. It's not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the person who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. If they fail, at least they fail while daring greatly, so that their place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. So where does SLO go from here? The city has great leadership, a team, it's got a great mayor and council, it's got a strong financial position, we have a national search for a city manager upcoming. Thank you to Whitney McDonald, my friend and colleague, who's stepping up as the interim city manager. But the most important thing we have is all of you as community members who are co-creators, who can help improve and make SLO a better place. And what I've learned during my time is that it's been amazing to have your support and to have these collaborative opportunities to work with all of you. As I transition into the new role, I encourage you all to be bold. Recognize that the biggest challenges of today mean that we will often get it right, and sometimes we won't. There is no playbook for the challenges that we're confronting today, whether they're housing or climate or inclusion. It all lies with you to figure out the recipe to make San Luis Obispo a better place. And I encourage you and invite you to step up. So I want to leave you with an inspirational part of my profession. It's called the Athenian Oath. It's been around for 2,000 years. And it's something that I've strived for, and I think all of my team members who are here strive for. And I'm going to just paraphrase a brief portion of it. And the Athenian Oath essentially says, never bring disgrace to the city through dishonesty or cowardice. Fight for the city's ideals and sacred things, both alone and with others. Revere and obey the city's law. Aspire others to revere it. And quicken the public sense of civic duty. And last, leave the city greater and more beautiful than when it was received. In fact, when I got here about 12 and a half years ago, Mayor Schwartz, who met with me on occasion, told me that my job was to try to unlock the ideas, and that the best ideas for San Luis Obispo had yet to be realized. And so that's the challenge for all of you moving forward with your city, with your electeds, to work and collaborate with them. So as I leave you today, Godspeed to you and San Luis Obispo, and thank you for the opportunity to serve.